The food you eat undergoes a process called digestion from the moment it enters your mouth. Food starts in the mouth where it is broken down through a process called mastication, which is a fancy way of saying chewing. The saliva in your mouth breaks down food chemically using enzymes. Enzymes are substances that speed up chemical reactions. The saliva contains an enzyme called amylase, which breaks down starches such as bread, grain, and potatoes. When you swallow, the food travels down your esophagus, this long tube that connects the mouth to the stomach, and goes down to the stomach. Now you might be thinking, how do you not choke when you swallow your food? That's because this flap of skin here, the epiglottis, whenever you swallow, it closes so the food cannot enter your windpipe. Now the food moves down to the esophagus through a process called peristalsis. That means the food is not going down by gravity, but it actually has muscles that are pushing it down to the cardiac sphincter. The cardiac sphincter is a ring-like muscular valve that connects the esophagus to the stomach. Inside the stomach, there's a substance called chyme, which is a mixture of food and gastric juice. Food will spend 2 to 3 hours in the stomach before leaving through the pyloric sphincter into the small intestine. This is where 95% of digestion takes place. This is done with the help of 3 other organs: the pancreas, the liver, and the gallbladder. The pancreas is in charge of creating the perfect environment for the small intestine. It does this by secreting a chemical called bicarbonate. The liver sits above the stomach and is in charge of secreting bile, which helps break down fats. The bile is created in the liver and then stored in the gallbladder until it is needed. Once food finishes looping its way through a 20-foot-long small intestine, it then travels into the large intestine. The large intestine is where the food spends most of its time, 1 to 3 days. The large intestine is filled with tons of folds called villi. The villi and microvilli increase the surface area of the large intestine 600 times. This is where the majority of absorption takes place. Any water-soluble foods get their nutrients absorbed through a process called osmosis. Osmosis is when the nutrients are passed from the large intestine into the bloodstream to be used by the body. The nutrients are any carbs, proteins, minerals, etc. that the body needs to survive. After the food is completely broken down and all the nutrients absorbed, the leftover product is turned into waste called feces and exits through the anus.